What they do not say, I will tell you.
I'ma have you going dumber, dumber, dumb, dumb, dumb. Hit that body just like a drum.
The truth about keto, when I say that, I mean things that aren't really talked about when you look into the diet. Like, yeah, you know how the diet works and you know some of the things that happen when you get into it, but you don't know everything and everybody's not speaking so freely about it. So, for anybody who doesn't know, keto is pretty much a diet where you eat high fat, low carbs, regular protein, adequate. I don't know, very, very low carbs, like barely any. So, pretty much what the keto diet does is it drains your body of the carbs and that forces your body to switch from burning carbs to burning fat. Let's skip that part because you probably already know what keto is. There are a lot of threads that people are talking about everything that happened to them during keto and whether they would do it or if they wouldn't do it, if they hadn't had those experiences. So I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about mine because when I first started, I did not know half of the stuff that I know now. Like, I wish I would have, I wish there was more info out there or more people telling their story. But I'm gonna just talk about it. So, just so y'all know, this is my experience. Like, I'm not a professional. I'm not a doctor or anything. This is just what I've been through as I looked into the diet and I started it myself. So this is my journey. Everybody's is different. Getting into ketosis. How long did it take me? I've seen people say like around 2 weeks or whatever. I took like 2 days. Like it never takes more than 2 days for me. That's just my experience in the beginning. That's how long it took. And I tested myself by using the pea strips, which I think are good. Some people say that they're not, they don't give good results or whatever. They're not, what is the word that I'm looking for? Some people just say that it's better to use the breathalyzers or to use the thing that pricks the blood. I used the pea strips because they were like $15, and I'm not about to spend all that much money on something that I check and just throw away. You know what I'm saying? So the strips have been good to me. The way I do it is I put it into a cup because I cannot pee on those strips, y'all. It doesn't give me a good read. It flies everywhere. No, I put it in a cup and I test it that way. So every time I test it, when I first really start getting into it, every time I test it, usually by the next day I'm into keto. So I don't really have that issue with it being 2 weeks, but yeah, it happens pretty fast for me. Now I don't even really need the keto strips. I don't need those strips anymore because now I'm accustomed to it, so I already know what's the signs that I'm into keto. One of my signs, my major signs that I feel first is that I'm drained, very, very drained. It doesn't matter how much sleep I have. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm starting to get into keto, my body just feels like, ugh. So yeah, I'll just be tired. I won't be in the mood for anything. I don't want to go to work. You know what I'm saying? And the very first time that I did it, I was lucky because I happened to have the whole week off. So I started keto during that week. But that was the worst. I could barely walk anywhere, and I'm so used to walking. In New York, you have to walk a lot of places. I could barely walk around the corner. Like I had to sit down and chill. So I just felt my whole body just like lose all its energy. So that was one of my signs. Another one of my signs is that I get really, really thirsty. So with this diet, pretty much, how do I explain it? The carbs, when they leave your body, carbs hold on to water. So the water leaves your body. So on this diet, you lose water. And like I could just feel it. Like I would always feel dehydrated. Know how much, like I had to drink a lot of water. So that's another sign. So I'm sitting there feeling tired and thirsty as hell. I know I'm getting into keto. Those are pretty much my signs. Oh, the keto flu. Just so you know, if you get into ketosis, you might start off with a little sickness. Just in case you think you're dying, you're not dying. It's your body getting used to switching from burning carbs to burning fat. So kind of like, I don't know. I think it's spazzing. It's just flipping like, oh, what the fuck is this? Some people will not even do this diet because of the keto flu. Like if they've started and they caught the keto flu, it was so bad for them that they couldn't finish. which I completely understand. Like the diet is not for everyone. There's no perfect way to do it, and yeah, if it's not for you, then try something different. For me, the keto flu, I don't get it as bad. It's more like a cold to me. It's like I don't know, like it's like the beginning of a cold. Like you could start feeling it like in your throat or whatever. Like you just feel little things that you think like, oh, I might get a cold, or maybe it's just like allergies or something. And that's pretty much where it stays for me. You know what I'm saying? I never really get all the way into the flu. Some people just get it so bad and it lasts for so long that they just like, you know what, I gotta eat some carbs because this is not working. And I completely understand that, because that's the feeling that I had when I did intermittent fasting. When I tell y'all I was about to smack everybody, I knew like that's so out of character for me to just be mad for no reason. I just knew that wasn't for me, and I got sick too. So it was just like I was just like, no, I'm eating. I don't know, whatever has sugar, ice cream. I had to eat it real fast. So yeah, intermittent fasting wasn't for me. So this is the one. This is the one that is not talked about enough. You can go on Google and research, do all your research on keto. You can do all of that. And it's not a lot of people talking like this. Let's just talk about it. Let's talk about the bathroom situation. Because, girl, nobody told me this. It's bad. Well, for me, it was not something that I expected. And I had to figure out if I was dying or not. You know, the pee smell, girl. Sorry if you're a guy watching this. Bro. It smells like piss. It's piss. It's not pee. It's piss. It's a strong smell to the point that I want to spray after I pee. It's like I hate it. But that's how I know that I'm in it, because the smell is so strong. Peeing on a normal day anywhere, I'm just like, damn. I hope you can't smell it everywhere. I mean, I can't complain, because some people, they be like, oh, my breath changed. It stinks. They have keto breath and now their breath stinks. So I'm just grateful that is on the other end in the bathroom where nobody's around me, instead of me walking up and somebody be like, If you've ever had a diet where you eat better than you usually eat, your digestion changes. So like I feel like your body is flushing everything out, and that's definitely what keto did. But it did it so much for me. I was just like, damn. A lot of people say that they have been constipated or they had diarrhea, which is, I don't really have like huge problems with that, but some people can't get off the toilet. Some people can't go to the toilet. So once you like start feeling that for a couple of days, it's just like, okay, I can see how that would fuck you up, and now that would make you not want to do the diet. But for me, I experienced little times when I have those, but it's nothing really serious where it's just like, oh no, I can't do this. Sometimes I just like, I know I have to go and I can't go, and then I have to do like, you know, put your feet up and like where, you know, this step, you have to sit the right way to get it out, or sometimes it just comes right out. Before I got into keto, I was a regular person. I went once a day, every day. Nothing really bothered my stomach that much. Once I get into keto, bitch, let me be prim and proper. My bowel movements are very large. It's a lot. I guess it's like flushing you. I will say it's more of a beginning thing than it is like the whole entire diet. I do still have like shits that are like crazy, but in the beginning it was just ridiculous. I was just like, what the fuck? I didn't know I had all of this in my body. So you pee a lot, might poop a lot, you might not poop at all, you might get constipation. Constipation and diarrhea are two of the top things that people complain about when they're on diet. Well, that's what I've read. They say that mostly. What they do not say, I will tell you. Let me get real serious with y'all. I'm gonna try to teach y'all something real quick. Let me just start this off with a lesson. Make sure you are getting your electrolytes. I have to tell you that. Do not end up like me. This is the reason why. One day, I was being a good person, you know, following my diet, like doing the stuff that I was supposed to do. I actually went and worked out because it don't do it all the time, you know what I'm saying? So I went and worked out, and I was feeling bad, really, really bad. Not how you usually feel after you work out. Like, yeah, you feel like you're tired, but you feel like you did something good. But after that, it felt like something was breaking down inside me. So I was like, maybe I should go eat something. I don't know what's wrong with me. I was like, all right, let me just take the shower. That feel good. I took the shower, put on the robe, just like going about my business. And I thought it was a fart. I thought it was a fart. And it wasn't. It wasn't a fart. And just, all right, so you already know what happened. But it was in my defense. In my defense, it wasn't that much. So can you stop judging me right now, okay? It was a little bit, and I saw it immediately, and I had the robe, so it fell right to the floor. It didn't touch any other part of me. Thank God I didn't have on pants or something. I've never done that before. Maybe when I was a baby, not as an adult. That was the one point where I was just like, I'm quitting this diet. I can't do this. When I did go to the bathroom, I went to the bathroom because I'm like, damn, any fart could be a shit. I should put a warning. This gets graphic. It came out like it exploded out of me, and it was liquid and disgusting. It was just like a crime scene. It was a crime scene. So after that, I thought that would make me feel better. I still didn't feel any better. I felt like I was dying, like rolling around, holding my stomach. I was talking to my friend. He was like, he works out a lot and he knows certain things. And like, he was like listening to my side effects, and he was like, you have no electrolytes. You need to go get some Gatorade. And I was like, electrolytes are real? I thought Gatorade made electrolytes up. That's the only place that I actually really seen anybody saying electrolytes. So I'm like, that's a real thing? He was like, yo, take your dumb ass to the store and get the electrolytes. So I sent my cousin, and I was like, get some Pepto-Bismol, get the Gatorade. She came back, and I drank the Gatorade. And when I tell you 20 minutes tops, I felt perfectly fine. I didn't feel like I was dying. It was just like, I got right back to normal. And compared to where I was before that, where I was like rolling around thinking I had to go to the hospital or having to like get off the diet, that I was ready to quit. All I had to do was drink that Gatorade and I was good. I should have looked more into that. I guess I skipped over that part when it was telling you to get electrolytes. Yeah, so that is one of the things you will not really see on the forefront of the keto movement, but it happened to me. It can happen to somebody else, you know. Okay, so let's talk about getting kicked out of keto, which I happen to do sometimes because I don't know, it's just like no good ass reason why I get kicked out. It's just sometimes I go places or I'm on a trip or something and I don't have all the keto foods like how I have at home. So I'll get into like eating something, and then instead of me stop it, I'll just continue. Once I get kicked out of it, I just be like, whatever. I'll just eat however I want until I get back into keto, which is not good. But getting kicked out of keto, I've seen stories where people will just eat like some fruit and get kicked out of keto. It's not as bad as they make it sound for me. Like as soon as you eat something bad, it kicks you out. And you know what? The honest truth is, even if you do eat something bad, you can always start over, go back into ketosis. And even if you gain a little weight, the weight that you gain is normally water weight. Just like when you first start, the weight that you lose is mostly water weight. So if you cheat for a day or something, you gain some weight, that doesn't undo your progress. It's as easy to lose as the first time. And it's easy to gain back. So you just have to remember that. I went out and, I was getting lit, was drinking. They had cooked some food and it looked mad good. But it was like macaroni and cheese, pasta salad, stuff like that, like fried chicken with the flour, And I was just like, I don't want to just be drinking and not eating. And also, this shit looks really good. Let me take a bite. I had like a little bit. I didn't go crazy, but I had a good amount. Like, I felt satisfied. And I was just like, whatever, I'm probably going to get kicked out. I'm going to have to get back in. And I tested myself the next day, and I was still in ketosis. So that's when I found out, like, okay, it's not as deep as they be saying it is, at least not for me. So I was like, oh, I can cheat. That happens to me every once in a while. That is one of my goals, is to not go as long. If I do cheat and get kicked out, to not go as long as I've been going, because sometimes I'll go for like a week or two. And it's really not, that's not reflective of the diet, because the diet to me is so easy. it really helps me out, but it's just my personal flaws. So, I gotta work on it. If I do like a little meal and I don't OD with the carbs, I don't get kicked out, But if I go 2-3 days and eat all day like that, it's the done bun. I don't get like a splitting headache. I don't really even feel anything. What I do feel is the lack of the good qualities that come with this diet. So the good things that do happen after keto side effects for me were great. Like it makes everything worth it. Even though I didn't have those huge side effects that everybody, the bad keto flu or like the really bad breath, like constipation, constant diarrhea. I didn't have none of those. That's usually in the first 2 weeks when you're trying to get into ketosis and your body is getting accustomed to you eating that way, and it has to burn the fat and everything. After that, it's like, okay, so you stop having cravings. That's one. Stop having cravings. The sweet things that I always wanted my whole entire life, the starch, the fries, potatoes, bread, all of that, I can honestly say that went away. Like there's times when I'll just see stuff that I died for before. Like I would want it every day, and then I just be like, meh. Then I think in my head, like, hey, bitch, is this you? Like, you don't even do this type of stuff. This is not even like you. And that's what it really did. And I'm the type of person who I like to snack a lot. Once I saw that keto changed that, like did a complete 180, I was like, oh no, this diet is real. This is a real thing. If you can stop me from snacking and stop me from wanting fries, pizza, bread, all that, you can stop that? I was like, oh, okay, this is the real deal. You're not as hungry. I used to eat multiple times a day. I can eat 2 times a day and just feel great, So you're not as hungry, more energy. I always have to wake up at 4 in the morning, and I hate it. And keto doesn't change the fact that I hate it. When I do wake up, I find that it's easier for me to roll out of the bed. I have a lot more energy, and it lasts throughout the day. Before I was on keto, I would come home and like literally like just get on the couch and just fall asleep. And I get home maybe like 4 o'clock. I'll fall asleep till like 9, and then it's too late to do anything, so I'll get up, maybe like find something to eat, go back to sleep. And that was like, who wants a day like that? Who wants to just go to work, come home, fall right asleep, and just sleep for the rest of the night? That's trash. That's a trash ass day. That's a trash ass life. I don't want to do that. But now on keto, I come home, I can come do whatever it is I feel like doing. I could go visit somebody if I want to. I don't just have to just feel like I'm sleepy all the time. And I have a long drive home, so I don't want to just be falling asleep on the road, which I kind of used to do. So now that I have, oh my God, it's a big, huge bug. Look at this bug. What the fuck is that? I can't. Where was I? Before I was rudely interrupted. More energy, right. So yeah, more energy. You think clearly. That is something that I definitely saw when I was looking into the diet, but I didn't really think much of it. But now that I'm actually going through ketosis, I can definitely say you do think more clearly. It just wakes you up. It's just like, all right, let's get ready for the day. And then you're thinking about everything, all the things you have to do. And then you're so ready. You're so full of life. That's what this does for you. So, well, that's what it does to me. No bloating. Girls, I know y'all love that. Because I love it. The feeling of bloating is so trash. It's like, it's so fake. Like, it's not even like I'm this size. You're just making me this size, and I'm uncomfortable, and I hate it. It's just, why are you even there? When the bloating is gone, I literally notice it all the time. Like, I'll just be sitting in my car like, wow, I feel so good. My body just feels great. I don't have this bloating thing going on, and because I'm not bloating, now my clothes fit better. Walking through life like just feeling great. Like, I don't know, is this how drugs feel? I don't know. It's just like, I guess that's why people take it. And it's just like, I love my life. There's cons to this, but the pros to me are just way better than the little phase that you go through getting into this. The great things are here to stay. I would definitely recommend this if you can get through the beginning part. It's completely, entirely worth it to me. I think it was like 10 pounds in the first 2 weeks. And After that, it starts slowing up, but it was consistent. I still kept losing, still kept losing. And once I lost 20 pounds, I was just like, damn, I didn't even really even do that much. All I had to do was change how I eat, and 20 pounds came off. It's a win for me. Yeah, that was my experience. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional, but once I learned about the diet and I started doing it, this is what happened. So, see you next time.
Going dumber, dumber, dumber. Everybody just like a drummer.